friends, Jeff here and welcome to Squadron. Buying your first airbrush can be quite intimidating, quite a big deal. And especially for the beginner, especially for the novice, or simply somebody who took a long leave of absence in building models and wants to get back into the hobby. It can be quite a dilemma. Now it doesn't have to be that way. You just have to ask yourself a question: what am I looking for in an airbrush? Am I an armor builder or a car builder and I only do like big area? Then maybe a low-end airbrush will do. Now if I'm a more detailed airbrusher, or I'm building airplanes and I have to deal with camouflage and hard to reach places, then you're looking into maybe a more refined airbrush. But still, what is the right one and how much am I willing to spend? Now there are airbrushes going from $50 all the way up to $600, $700, even $1,000, even more. Sky is the limit. So does it really have to be that expensive? We at Squadron took all these things into consideration and we looked at several options and combinations where we could provide our novice modeler, let's say, especially our novice modeler, with an airbrush compressor set that could be purchased at an inexpensive price, but that would do the job as a professional. So here is what we came up with. So first of all, let's look at the airbrush. Now when I looked at the airbrush the first time, I was impressed, and the first thing I could think was like, where's the catch? Because it looks like a professional airbrush, it feels like a professional airbrush, and it manipulates like a professional airbrush. So where was the catch? Well, honestly, I don't know. It's just a really well-made airbrush for an inexpensive price. Now it has all the perks that it should have. It is double action, it has top feed, which I personally prefer, and it has a fine to medium needle and nozzle assortment, so that is almost perfect for any job. Then let's look at the compressor. Now the compressor, as you can tell, it's a tabletop model, and it's very small in size, but don't get fooled. This little guy has enough power to do the most difficult work. It comes with the PSI gauge. Now on the PSI gauge it says that it could get like 100 PSI. I hardly doubt that, because that's a lot of pressure for such a little compressor, let's say. Now a lot of you guys know, or even if you don't know, the average PSI you use to paint models, depending on paint, depending on the work and the airbrush you use, is about 15. So if you stay somewhere between 10 and 20 PSI, that's all you need. So this little guy is more than enough qualified to do that. Also comes with, of course, with a regulator to regulate the air, and a moist trap. Now it has an off and on switch. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, this is a tabletop model, but it's also very quiet. So if you have to do some late night work and you don't want to wake up anybody, then this is the way to go. So as you can see, this is a really nice assortment, and for an inexpensive price, without breaking the bank or tapping into your life savings. And we'll do a little bit of a demonstration in comparison with a higher end airbrush. So as you could see, hopefully we were able enough to demonstrate what this airbrush and compressor combination can do for you. If you're interested to pick one up, please go to our website at squadron.com. That's it for now, guys. Hope you liked it. Jeff here, signing off.